There's somebody in the marketplace right now who needs my help. My job is to find them. Prospect, lead, follow-up, go on appointments, negotiate. And overcoming objections. Once you understand this, I could sell anything. Because most people, what they do is they lean more on product knowledge, thinking that's gonna help them sell. Like they'll be there like geeking out about product while I'm selling a bunch of stuff. What I'm really searching for are problems. What's the problem somebody has? And I keep asking questions to identify the problem. You're not gonna call anybody, bro?
No, I'm really impressed. I didn't come prepared to call people.
Come on, man, what's to prepare? We're here, this is the best place to do it.
You're watching other people first.
Who are you reaching out to? This is exactly what I was talking about. Huh? Doing admin first? Can you make a list of people that you know? Yeah. Anybody that you know, anybody that you've already engaged with, any other business owners that you've connected with, your girlfriend knows people?
Well, my girlfriend is also a real estate agent.
In my mind, I'm thinking like that's a long-term strategy.
Yeah, for sure. It's a marathon, yeah.
What I would also do is have CTAs, call to actions. So like if you want to learn more about, buying real estate, if you're in Hollywood or wherever you are, doing like I'm here with the guy who owns whatever here in Hollywood. If you want to learn more about real estate in Hollywood, DM me the word buy or DM me the word sell. You can use ManyChat, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is that'll take a link to your Calendly where they can book a call.
Nice.
So now I'm using it as actually, instead of just like general awareness,
sure.
Now it's a mechanism for actually producing leads. And that would be one of the things we're doing.
Yeah.
The second thing that we can do is this.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because this leads to immediate.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. And then I would also be, as you're doing that, gathering data. So when you go visit them, I would get a CRM. We use Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss, customer relation management software. So when you go there, get their name, phone number, email address. And then what you can start to do is once a month, a video market update.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Aaron here. Just want to give you an update with what's going on in the real estate market. Obviously, if you got any questions, if you need my help, here's my cell phone number. Let's get into the numbers. That sort of thing. So now you're touching them 12 times a year. And then you call them once a quarter. Hey, remember we did that video for you? How'd it do for you? Did it bring in business for you? I'm so glad that it was helpful or useful to you. I'm aware as a business owner, you know a lot of people. So I'd love to be like, do you have like a preferred vendor in terms of real estate agents that like you refer to friends and family? Because I'd love to be on that list.
Right, I like that.
And then boom, right? So now that's 4, excuse me, because you're doing that 3 times a year.
Right.
Or every quarter. So you're doing it 4 times a year. So now we're up to 12 plus 4 is 16. Then you can do an event once a year or twice a year, like a past client-centered appreciation event. So now we have a comprehensive, multiple touch program to extract as much as we can out of that.
Right.
This is what will equal immediate money. And for most agents, you're different in the sense you have like another business, but like most agents need money right now.
Yeah.
And this will also help you to cut your teeth to really learn procedurally. Prospect, when I book the appointment, how to pre-qualify the appointment fully. So when somebody says, hey, I want to sell my house, you're like, great, I'll see you at 3. No.
Oh, yeah.
I have a handful of questions I'd like to ask just to make sure that I'm fully prepared and I can provide you with the most accurate information.
Right.
Be the best assistance to you. I'll be brief because I know your time is valuable. Notice I wasn't like, is now a good time? Because you're going to say, no.
Yeah.
And then I got to follow you down. And then I can ask a bunch of questions like, your home's lovely. It's in a great geographic area. If you don't mind me asking, was there any particular reason you were even considering selling it? I'm looking for your motivation. If you're like, yeah, I got a new job. Okay. I appreciate, congratulations. I'm curious because my job's to help you. It's never to talk you into doing anything. Is it an option for you to not sell the home and still move? Like maybe rent it out or keep it as a secondary home? I need to know that. Because if you run out there and go talk to them, he'll tell you that on the spot.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, bro, I just spent like 3 hours preparing for this thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah, and then as you know, like right now, the main way that we make decisions is we go online. Like if you and your girlfriend are out, like if we went out to dinner and we don't know where to go, where do we go first? We don't stop somebody in the street and be like, hey, where should I go? No, you go to your phone. And then we look at what? Reviews, pictures, videos. That's who gets the $200 check. So we should be reverse engineering that. So having a Google My Business page with reviews. And what I would say to you on the phone is like, hey, I'm aware that I'm just a voice over the phone. So in the email that I'm going to send you, in the signature of my email, there'll be a link to our website, which you can check out, put a face to the name. There's also a link to all of my personal reviews online. We have the good fortune, we have almost 500 5-star reviews from families that we've helped from start to finish get the most. So I encourage you to take a look at a few of those in preparation for connecting, just to get a feel and a flavor for the service and results we provide. Does that sound okay?
Absolutely.
But why? Reverse engineering. I know that's how you make decisions. I'm just gonna push you towards it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then, hey, I've asked you a bunch of questions. Do you have any questions for me? You're probably gonna say, what's your commission? Well, I appreciate you asking. The professional fee is one of the tools that we use to market the property. So we'll go over the options that you have because I want you to feel comfortable with the one we end up choosing. I promise you this, it's not gonna be a reason why we don't do business. I'm sure we'll come up with something that's mutually beneficial to all parties. I want us both to feel good about what we're doing. Otherwise, we won't do it. But we'll go over the options, and then whatever you decide, I'll support you 100%. Does that sound reasonable? Yeah, that's fine. So I've signaled to you I'm open. But the moment that I say to you what it is, they're going to start to shop it. Does that make sense?
Right.
I want to have that conversation with you in person. And then, hey, at the end, this is critical. You strike me to be someone who's very straightforward and to the point. I'm the same way. So based on what you've been kind enough to share with me, you guys have definitely decided that you're going to sell. It's not a question of if, it's just when and who's going to help you. So when we do connect, if it all makes sense, you feel comfortable and confident with me that I can help, you do that due diligence, you check me out online, you see track record and reviews, do you think you would be open to the possibility of hiring me to help when I see you tomorrow at 6? You're either going to say yes, no, or what?
So it's still on the phone. This is before.
100%.
Yeah.
You're either going to say yes, no, or what? Maybe. No matter, if you say yes, I do the happy dance. If you say no or maybe, that's okay. I know this is a big decision. You want to make sure you're making the best decision possible. So what I'll do is I'll bring with me the market analysis so we can determine together as a team how we need to position the property to make sure we maximize value and get top dollar. I'll also bring with me the appropriate paperwork. So if it all makes sense and you do feel comfortable and confident, we can get started. Does that sound fair?
And while you're also preparing them, that there may be something to sign.
Oh, I'm completely setting the expectation.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so what I'll do is I'll bring with me the competitive market analysis, right? So we can determine together as a team what will be the most amount we could expect to receive.
It shows also you prepared.
And net bottom line what the proceeds would be. I'll also bring with me the appropriate listing paperwork. So if it all makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident, we can take the next steps. Does that sound fair? But it's all leading to somebody being open to my request when I make it, because I'm going to make it. Yeah?
Right.
Now, before I go on the appointment, I need to send an email. What I do is immediately after I send the appointment, there's a software called BombBomb. It's a video software. It's integrated into my CRM. So as soon as I hang up the phone, I push a little button. Video comes up on the screen. I say like this, hey, I wave because it has a, like an automated thumbnail, like automation, where like I can go like, if I go like this, the way it shows up in your email is me going like this. And I say, hey there, this is Aaron. I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I know your time is valuable. Having heard the story and what you're looking to accomplish with this move to Texas, I feel supremely confident that provided the opportunity, we can help you net the most and do it quickly and efficiently. So as promised, myself and team and staff, we're going to be doing a lot of homework. We're going to send you an email to this email address. In that email, there'll be that market analysis that we'll be reviewing together as a team. And then I'll also bring with me, again, the appropriate documentation, so if it all makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident, we can take the next steps. So in the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns for me, here's my personal cell phone, it's blankety blank. Otherwise, thanks for taking the time to watch this. Thanks for taking the time to speak to me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 6. How many people do that? 0. I'm sending myself in the digital form so you can interact with me before I actually see you. So that way when we meet, guess how you feel? You already know me. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
then they get an email that has a PDF for the market analysis, and it has a pre-listing package. That's a little bit about you, like here's our plan of action, here's what we're gonna be doing to sell the home, here's some reviews. Then assistant calls to confirm, and I go on the appointment. But you see how all of this is set up to increase the probability? My listing ratio is like 87%. So when I go on a listing appointment, 87% of the time they sign it. But because it's all purposely crafted towards that end. And then when I go on the appointment, most people just wing it. No structure, no plan.
You feel like somebody's not ready yet.
Yeah, so here's what's cool, and I mean this lovingly. A lot of your questions are about like people pushing back. So if somebody says I'm not ready yet, it's like, yeah, that's cool. My job's to help you. It's never to talk you into doing anything.
They say they're ready, but you feel they're not ready. You feel you're wasting time going down there. Would you just tell them I'm wasting my time, or would you just come over anyway?
No, I would know in pre-qual. So if they're being, like, what I would say to them is, like, if let's say I'm feeling that. I'm like, hey, you know what? Sometimes when I connect with people, they offer to meet because they're just being kind. Other times they're genuinely interested in actually getting their home on the market for sale. Just so I'm clear, which one is it for you? The thing that makes sales kind of squishy and uncomfortable is a lack of straightforwardness. Clarity. Just tell me. It's all scripted. So, hi, when I hit the door, hey, how you doing, Aaron Novello? I had to train myself because I would show up like this. Like, I'm here to do business. I had to smile like, hey, how you doing? Aaron Novello, nice to meet you. Did you want to take my shoes off? And they're like, oh, no, it's fine. Now, if you notice shoes are lined up against the wall, take your shoes off. Even if they say no.
Sure.
I'm just being respectful of your space. So what I'd like to do is just take a quick look around the home. Would that be okay? What am I doing right away? Taking control. Somebody's going to be in control.
Yeah.
If they're in control, it'll be haphazard all over the place. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. Okay, great. Well, the first thing I'm noticing is that the home is really tastefully furnished. So when we have offers come in, are we going to be including the contents, or do you want to take that with you to your next destination? When who has offers come in? We. I'm assumptively closing, right? And they're like, no, like, I think we want to take it with us. Okay, great, I'll make a note of that. And then as they're walking me through the home, and if I remember correctly, you were kind enough to share with me that you don't plan on making any major changes or modifications before I start to bring buyers through. You just want me to help you to sell it as it is, where it is that right? Before who? How many times do you have to ask for something before somebody says yes? Statistically, 7. 7 no's before somebody says yes. Yeah? I ask all the people who have significant others, I'm like, did your significant other say yes the first time? It's usually no. There usually was like a whole series of courting, right? Before I get to the yes. So what I'm doing, notice, in the pre-qual, are you interested in holding a note for the buyer? You just want me to help you get all the cash out. That is one assumptive close, yes? At the end, when I say, if it all makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident, are you open to possibility? It's 2 assumptive closes, yes? Are you planning on making any changes or modifications before I start to bring buyers through? Do you want me to help you to sell it as it is, where it is? That's 3. I haven't even met him yet. Then when I send the video, if it all makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident, we can take the next steps. That's 4. As soon as I hit the door, you hear those 2. I'm already at 6. We haven't talked about marketing. We haven't talked about community. We haven't talked about anything. And then the way we start off that conversation. So first and foremost, I just want to begin our time together just by saying thank you for providing me the opportunity to share some information, potentially help you with the sale. I always like to begin these conversations by asking a few quick questions, make sure we're on the same page. Would that be okay? What are we doing? Clarity. What are we doing? So the first question I have, which I'm pretty sure I know the answer to, is you guys have already decided that you're going to sell the home. You're not interested in holding on to it or renting it. Why do I know that? Because I asked it before I came on the appointment. Think about how much time that saves.
Yeah, sure.
And they're like, yeah, we're definitely going to do it. Okay, good. The second question I have, which I'm also pretty sure I know the answer to, is you want to position the property price-wise to sell. You definitely don't want to give it away. What's also true is you don't want to have it sit on the market for 6 or 7 months just testing the market. Is that correct? And they're always going to be like, yeah, what are we doing? I'm aligning myself with them. You don't want to give it away. When you said that, they're like, no, I definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so check. And then the third question, which I'm also pretty sure I know the answer to, assumptive. I know I sent you some information in preparation for connecting. I'm sure you did some due diligence. You checked me out online. You saw track record and reviews. Have you already decided that you would like for me and my team to help you with the sale? Notice my head. Yeah? They're either going to say what? Yes, no, or maybe. I want to get that out of the way. Not only that, remember all the times I closed before? I'm at 7 now. I haven't talked about commission. I haven't talked about anything. Price, marketing, nothing. If they say yes, happy dance. If they say no or maybe, that's okay. Again, my job's to help you. It's never to talk you into doing anything. I want to be clear though, that is my intention. So provided that it all makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident with me that I can help, I have all of the appropriate paperwork with me and I'm prepared to go to work for you today. Fair enough? What's happening there? You're not getting off that easy. Now, I'm going to go back and say, along those lines, you were kind enough to share with me in terms of the selection process of an agent, you wanted somebody who had a great track record, somebody who can help you with some vendors, maybe like a mover, things of that nature, and somebody who's open to having a conversation in terms of the professional fee. Is there anything else you'd be looking for from me today that will cause you to feel comfortable and confident just to proceed and put me to work? We're at 8 closes. I sold 2,000 homes in my career. 100 homes a year, 10 years in a row, 200 deals a year, twice. Will you lose business being aggressive? Yes. Do you lose infinitely more business not being aggressive enough? Yeah. Yes. I think we think selling is like bad. Salespeople are to capitalism what screenwriters are to Hollywood. Without screenwriters, what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens until somebody sells something. And work actually means the completion of an intention. That's what it actually means. Hard means durable and persistent. Hard work is durably and persistently moving towards the completion of an intention. Notice in that definition, completion means what? Finished. Nothing gets finished until somebody makes a decision. Does that make sense? So I'm actually interrupting that by not helping them to make a decision. Does that make sense? So that's the way I think about it. And because of that, I show up that way in the world. I remember distinctly, I went on a listing appointment actually in Hollywood. I get there and there's another agent there. So I knock on the door and they're like, oh, would you mind waiting outside? We still have another agent. I'm like, yeah, sure. If you want to see an agent shit their pants really fast, just like knock while they're on their appointment. They're not going to know what to do, right? So 10 minutes later, and I'd already been on 2 appointments, listing appointments prior to that. I prospected the coaching calls. So it's the last of the day. And it was like 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, yo, if I'm going to be away from my beautiful wife and kids, these people are listening at home. The guy comes out super sweaty, sweating his ass off, you know what I mean? Stressed out, shakes my hand. He recognizes me. He's like, oh no, this is not going to go well. So he shakes my hand and I go in there. As soon as I sit down, we're not signing anything, Aaron. Just want to be clear. Great. And I appreciate that. What I'm also aware that is my intention. So if it all makes sense and you feel comfortable, what is she trying to do? Take my status away. What am I doing? Taking it right back.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to tell me what to do, right? Hey, just so you know, that is my intention. So if it all makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident, I'm prepared to go to work for you today. Fair enough? That's fair. We do the presentation. We get to the place of price. Everybody told her a much higher price. So I said to her, hey, I'm curious. There's this other home that's on the market right now that's actually, like, let's look at the pictures because I present on an iPad so you can see. Would you say that that home is as nice or not as nice as yours? Well, it's a little bit nicer than mine. Okay. And they're asking what you were considering asking, and they've been there for 65 days and hasn't sold. What do you think the marketplace is telling them about their price and product? Be quiet. What do most agents want to do? They want to tell you. But when I tell you, you're going to argue with me. And she was like, well, it must be like, it's probably a little high. Yeah, so why do you think an agent would tell you that when the data's like right there? Well, I don't know. Well, can I tell you the nitty gritty of my business? Yeah. Well, the only reason they would tell you that is for two reasons. One is they're uninformed, which would you say we all have access to the same information? Yeah, so that can't be it. The second is they want to earn your business by telling you something that's higher and then beat you up over time to get you to lower the price. Now, I'm curious, do you want an agent that has the intestinal fortitude to tell you the truth up front? Yes. Well, the good news is you found what you're looking for. We proceed in the presentation and she's like, oh, well, I have one more meeting. She already met with like 4 people. I'm like, well, let me ask you a question. I'm respectful of that. Do you really want to spend another hour of your life listening to somebody else's spiel? She was like, no. And then she asked me like, well, what's your commission? They start asking that, what's happening? She's buying. Well, let me ask you this. If we can come to an agreement in terms of the professional fee, would there be any other reason we couldn't get started today? No, I don't think so. What were you thinking? Why do I ask her? We're negotiating. Who do I want to speak first? Her. She's like, well, I'm thinking this. Wow. Under normal conditions, like we probably wouldn't do that. Tell me this, if we agree to that today, could we get started right now?
We're gonna go ahead and get started. If everybody's cool with that, can I get a yes? Yes. I'm sorry. Come on, guys. High energy equals high income. Can I get a yes? Yes. All right. We are now 2.5 months from 2025 being complete. I have a question for you guys. How has the real estate market been treating you? And some people say awesome, but here's what's true in my experience, because I have the good fortune of speaking to agents all around the country, independent of what they post on Instagram, and their silly little keys at closing. Agents fit into one of 3 categories. Number 1, 2025 has been exceptionally difficult. Notice the energy in the room?